people that play sports out there, I'm sure you've heard the phrase, it doesn't matter, just for fun, or it doesn't matter if you win or lose as long as you have fun. I've always despised that statement. I'm an extremely competitive person, and I want to win at everything, and if I lose at something, it'll completely change my mood. With that being said, it really is more about winning and losing, and that's very hard to accept. Sports have opened up a multitude of opportunities for me, specifically wrestling. I've always been obsessed with sports and competition. They have always been a top priority in my life. I give credit to that very bold trait of competitiveness. My characteristics have led me to what I love to do, which has led me to so many opportunities in life, which leads me to my first object. This bronze medal signifies the beginning of my wrestling career. I used to suck at wrestling, so these medals were pretty common. However, I continued to love the sport, and it led me to spending countless hours on the wrestling mat. This medal specifically was a very important one. This tournament was the first time I was an All-American at one of the Big Five national tournaments. Except it had a bit of a twist that happened to not just open up opportunities in wrestling, but many avenues for me to expand my knowledge and experience in life. In fact, it was a big turning point in my career. It created many opportunities for national teams and many other wrestling opportunities. Additionally, it introduced me to the medical field. During the first match of the tournament, I broke my radial head all the way through in my right elbow. 7 matches later, my arm was immobile and I had to go to the doctor the next day. Many appointments later, I became very interested in the medical field, but I still needed to find what part of the medical field I wanted to be in, which leads me to my present object. Skipping over many hours, injuries, and experiences, this wrestling shoe represents my current spot in my wrestling career. More importantly, my high school wrestling career. I spend most of my time in the winter doing something wrestling related because that is how the sport is designed. And it's not always just wrestling. My income comes from officiating youth wrestling. A good portion of my time is spent wrestling. Many of my conversations revolve around wrestling. My diet is based on wrestling. I've been blessed with an incredible coaching staff that makes this process much easier and enjoyable. They have shaped me into a substantially better person and wrestler. This coaching staff led me to a key figure in my life. This key figure is my assistant wrestling coach. Over the past 3 years, he has changed the trajectory of my wrestling career, diet, health, and most importantly, my future. He is a neuroscience and chiropractor. He introduced me to the neuroscience world and how it can help and change people. I immediately had a deep passion for neuroscience. This laid the groundwork for my future, which transitions me to my next object. This skull represents the brain, which represents my future. After job shadowing and many conversations with my assistant coach, I'm very sold on going into neuroscience in my future. I plan to wrestle in college and get my doctorate in osteopathy. The definition of osteopathy is a branch of medical practice that emphasizes the treatment of medical disorders through the manipulation and massage of the bones, joints, and muscles. It focuses more on the functional part of neurology instead of using medication to help people. That's very intriguing to me because I love the idea of helping people, but using natural ways to cure people makes it so much more appealing. I will continue wrestling at the collegiate level because it is a big passion of mine and has provided me with all these opportunities. I feel that this is a prime example of how sticking to your guns and doing what you love will lead you to opportunities and will lead you where you need to be in life. Obviously, I love wrestling and sports and competition and all that, but I'm aware I won't be able to ride that out for the rest of my life, and I wouldn't want to. I believe that doing what you love and doing things that align with your character will lead you to where you need to be in life, even if it doesn't align with your current hobbies and interests. Thank you.